Cheers, and how you do, Buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I am just going to be Tom the Beer Whisperer for this video because it's a big beer, man. And I've been going through my beer fridge, and well, I need to get rid of a few things, and I just picked this one out almost randomly, and I didn't realize I had it as long as I did. This was canned on 10/16 of 20. So it's 3 years plus old. So let's see what she's got. From Public House Brewing, St. James, Rolla, Missouri, Anthony's Pacification, barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout. It's a great beer. I buy it every year. I didn't realize I still had this one from 3 years ago, though. So here we go. I've been letting it warm up a little bit and delaying the start of the video just to let her warm up. I'm going to set that down for just a second now. I forgot to do something here. There we go. Get that fixed. We're back in business. Yep. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. All righty. How the heck are you? Countdown to Christmas. It is the 20th now. We're getting close. Taking the rest of the year off of my day gig. Of course, I had to use all of my PTO. Back at the end of June when I have my leg surgery, but I really need the time off. I always take this last week off. I usually have PTO. I usually save it all up for the last week, but things just didn't work out that way this year. But I needed it off anyway, so. Oh. Well, nose seems good. I get a lot of chocolate on the nose here. Yeah, well, a lot of dark chocolate. A dark malted chocolate. Think dark chocolate malt ball. I had the shirt. Wife got me the hat here so I can go full on. She's supposed to put a little jingle bell at the end, but she hasn't done that. Here we go. Let's just see, take a look at that there. Anyways, as I get in the spirit. Oh, damn. Wow. Wow, that is delicious. Wow. I had to talk with our brewer the other day because I wasn't really sure of the science behind it. I know, we keep certain bottles for a certain time and the beers will continue to age, but I didn't know if cans age the same way. Because this one feels like it was, it feels like I popped it, 3 years ago. I don't, of course, I can't go back in time to remember that, but it doesn't seem any different. It has all the great flavors, the aromas. Even at that big ABV at 10%, I believe I said, let me make sure I'm right here, 10%. Even at 10%, it does not feel boozy in the least. It is absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you this can again. This has always been one of my favorite barrel-aged beers, though. I really have loved what Public House has done with this one. Like I said, I didn't realize I still had it as I was digging through the back of the fridge. There it was. Because I thought it was something else. I just reached in and grabbed it. Holy crap, I have one of these. Anyways, holy crap, in a basket. I didn't know I had any of those left. Oh, wow. I decided to pour it into a snifter here. So you do feel some of those barrel notes, yeah. A little bit of vanilla imparted from that oak. Sort of mellows everything out. But oddly enough, yeah, it doesn't feel boozy in the least. You feel some of those bourbon notes, but it all seems to blend well together here. Oh man. Oddly enough, I mean, a lot of imperial stouts are very sweet. This one is not. I was trying to wrap my head around it, which is why I was, kind of got quiet on you for a second. But wow, it is delicious. Kind of forgot I had this one, to be honest with you. I haven't bought a lot of beer this year, comparatively, as opposed to previous years. And I haven't bought any. I haven't bought a lot of seasonal this year. This time, typically I'm already at the store and I bought all whatever they have barrel aged, but I haven't this year. Um, when I looked at all the stuff that I had accumulated, I just decided I just need to get rid of stuff. I haven't been drinking as much beer for one, and there are some other circumstances. Oh, that was good. Uh, Man, that's delicious. That's good, man. It's blown my mind that I'm not tasting a lot of alcohol. Right? It is probably the most approachable 10% barrel aged beer I've ever drank. And so, having said that, now because I mentioned earlier that I don't know that it's changed much, and now I'm gonna get a change on you a little bit. It's tasty like chestnuts and vanilla. Well, I don't know about chestnuts, man, but you're definitely gonna get some vanilla. Now, as I'm trying to remember this beer, I do remember the barrel notes being really in the forefront. The one thing I can say after sitting in the can for 3 years, everything seems to have really mellowed out in a really interesting and nice way. I'll post your comment here. 10%, yes, it's a big one, man. And the thing is, I've got a lot of these, they're ranged between eight and whatever. Uh, Stuff I've had for some of I've had since last year, but some I've had for I don't know how many years. I'm just gonna start grabbing stuff and drinking them at this point. Yeah, I reached way in the back of the fridge and there it was, 3 years old. I thought it was from last year, to be honest with you. So no, it's a 3 year old. I've had this since 2020, man. 2020 was a rough year, man. 2020 was rough, man. That kicked us all into keister, man. There were some good things, I suppose. I grew to love curbside pickup. I grew to not like going out to eat anymore. I grew to like being at home all of the time. I loved how all the breweries were running specials about all the time. There was a period of time when they were allowed to open, but they weren't allowed to have people in, so they were all running to go specials. So one brewery in town was doing a brewer's case for $28. Hell, man, that's a deal. So I would look at the other breweries in town, and a couple of smaller ones were doing crowler specials. One of them always had this three crowler IPA special. And another one had two crowlers and a pizza. And the other one had something else. So I would kind of line them up all in one day, right? I go pick up my brewer's case, and I go to the one that was close to them and pick up my three crowlers of IPA. Then I go to the other one and pick up the two crowlers, and I go to the other one where the pizza was, pick up the pizza and get something from them. And it was great, man. Yeah, which is why I chose to put it into a snifter and drink a little bit of it at a time. It's also a reason why I chose just to drink the beer because if you watched me, I like to do beer and whiskey pairings. But today I decided to separate the videos. I do just a beer video, then I'll do just a whiskey video countdown to Christmas. Big chocolate notes, as I mentioned earlier, but there's certainly you might find some caramel, definitely some vanilla in there. You do feel that oak, but it is rather subtle. There isn't a lot of residual sweetness here. Wow, beer and whiskey together. Oh, God, okie dokie. Never heard it called that before, but nevertheless. They pour a little more in here. We work through this snifter. Look how beautiful that beer pours out. Look at that nice head on there. If anybody have any questions or comments, please put it up on the screen. I will answer almost anything. Unless you're just being a colossal douche, then I will not. But for the most part, hey, man, it's Christmas. Can't we all just get along? He knows if you've been bad or good. You know, can't we all just be good? For a period of time, anyway. Can we go through a period without being a shit given? Anyway, I digress. Oh, man. I can't get over this beer. It's absolutely delicious. The bourbon notes are there, but they are rather subtle. And it just blends so well with everything else. This beer is just put together magnificently well. But again, I am a fan of Public House and Rolla / St. James. Rolla's the original location, St. James location. They opened a few years back in conjunction with St. James Winery. Oh, man. So I did let this sit out a little bit before I started the video. But yeah, this isn't a beer that you want or need very cold. You really want it at about probably 50 to 55. Some might even say 55 to 60, but I'm going to say 50, 55. Losing my hat. Look at my hat on there right anyway. That one fall off, man. My jingle ball is my balls are hanging low, man. Anyway, I digress. At a certain age, gravity just takes over, man. It's all you can do to keep those things from dragging the ground and getting a rug burn. Oh, mercy. Oh, the pure deliciousness of this beer. It is good. It is one of the very best barrel-aged imperial stouts. I love the fact that it's not as sweet as most. And I think that's what's throwing me off, as there doesn't seem to be any residual sweetness at all. Oh, man, it's good. Not sure which one I'll have next. Like I said, I've got some stuff I need to go through, so I've been grabbing them. We're just grabbing and going, man. Stuff doesn't have to stay. Doesn't have to go home, but it can't stay here. I've been collecting stuff for a while. And some stuff I gave away. Got a few things left I just need to get rid of. I didn't compile as many beers as I have in the past. And Mother's usually does their cellar sale. The last 2 years, I bought a lot of stuff from that, but I decided I wasn't going to do that this year. But as it turns out, they didn't do their cellar sale this year. Of course, the owner sold it, and there's been a lot of changes over there at the brewery. So I don't know. I'm not sure how things are shaking out over there at Mother's at the moment, to be honest with you. You know, they've had some personnel changes. Of course, that seems to happen in a takeover. You know, when you change of ownership, you do seem to have some employee changes. Anyway, Anyway, Sláinte. Show you this can one more time. Anthony's Pacification Barrel Aged Russian Imperial Stout, Public House Brewing. I don't know if I can tilt it where you can see that canned on date there so you can see what I'm telling you. Here we go. You can read that so you know I'm not pulling your leg. 10/16 of 20. Wow, man. I've had that one for a while, man. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte.